Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our monthly golf tip. We do these every month, and if you want to get these golf tips sent directly to your inbox, subscribe to my newsletter on my website, on my homepage, and you can get these monthly golf tips along with our monthly newsletter every month. I only send it out once a month, so I don't bombard your inbox with a whole bunch of nonsense. So once a month you get a newsletter. I do trips. We're doing a trip in November to South Africa, and next year we're doing Ireland in August, and the following year we're doing Scotland in August. So there's golf trips that you can join me on. There's always the golf tip, and then there's specials that I put in the newsletter only for the recipients of the newsletter that I don't put on my website, and I don't offer it anywhere else. So if you want to get a special, subscribe to the newsletter. So one of my students spoke to me the other day, and I sit down usually on day one and find out what they want out of their golf school. And one of the things that this student requested, he said, I want to learn to hit short little shots around the green with backspin. And I've had this request before, and my question is always, why? Why do you want to put backspin on? Well, you know, first of all, it looks cool. And secondly, on the course that he plays at, he said, my greens on my golf course are very hard, and the grass around the green is very soft. So if I land it short, it stops. If I land it on, it runs by if the flag is close. So here's the answer. With these short little shots around the green, you cannot spin the ball onto a hard putting surface. Just remember this: when you watch golf around the PGA Tour and you watch Mickelson play these flop shots that stop dead, first of all, they're coming from a great height. Secondly, the golf course is prepped months before the PGA Tour gets there, and they water the greens and they roll the greens and they water the greens and they cut them, so the greens are very fast and very soft. So it makes it easy and it looks really cool, but the average public golf course is not going to have soft greens. They want to avoid pitch marks, so they're going to keep the greens firm. They want to avoid footprints, so they keep the greens firm. But there is a way, and what I've got set up here is I've got the regular little flag stick, which is the first one on the putting green, and then I've got an alignment stick, which is much closer, very little green to work with. The first shot is actually fairly easy. The second one's a little more difficult. But when you want to stop the ball, the only way you're going to stop the ball on firm greens is with height. So you've got to bring the ball in high and let it come down more vertical. It's landing more vertical. All the speed is taken out when it makes that first hit, and then it'll still roll forward. It won't spin back. It'll roll forward, but it won't roll very far. So the club you want in your bag, if you have that type of situation on your golf course, is a lob wedge. You can't do this without. The lob wedge gives you the most amount of height. It's a 60-degree lob wedge. I have very little bounce on my lob wedge. I have 5 degrees of bounce on my lob wedge, so I can open the face. But this first one, going to this little flag on the left here, I would take my lob wedge and just have a square club face, and I'm just going to hit what I would call a combination chip pitch. It's like a chip, but I'm going to have a little bit of hinge. Where a normal chip, you don't have wrist hinge. Because I need a little more distance, I'm going to let my wrist hinge a little bit on the backswing, but no flip on the follow through. So if I'm going there, I want to go here. Now you can see that ball's going to roll forward. It rolled maybe 6 feet, but it stopped right near the hole. It didn't go over the green because it had a little bit of height. If I'm going to this first flag where I've got very little green, first thing I want to do, for those of you that have been through a 3-day school with me, I always say before you hit a shot, ask yourself the question, where do I not want to go? So in this particular case, where do I not want to go? I do not want to leave it short. I don't want to try and get too cute. I don't want to leave it short and leave myself with another chip. So I want to try and land this on the green, and if it rolls 2 or 3 foot by, that's fine. But here's the secret. Now you're going to open the club face. but don't just open the club face and turn your grip. That's what I notice with a lot of students is they open the club face, they do this. Well, when you come back, the club face is going to come back to square. Open the club face and then take your grip. So now when you come through, the club face will remain open. Now I'm adding, I don't know how much loft I've got now, but certainly 70 to 75 degrees of loft. And so now, obviously I've got to swing a little harder because of more loft. So that's going to help me. So I'm going to get a little bit of height. Alright, so I came up a little bit on that one. So a little bit more difficult these shots, so I'm going to try and stay down on this one. Okay, so you can see that ball rolled maybe 3 feet, 4 feet, but I made sure it landed on the green. If I'm putting to this alignment stick stuck in the ground, I've got about a 6 foot, 7 foot putt. I would take that. So just remember, make sure you don't try and get too cute and leave it short and have another chip. Or like the first shot that I played there, I just came up a little bit. You've got to stay down on these shots when you go through because you've got to get it right underneath the ball. So a little bit of practice with the lob wedge and your little short shots around the green, you'll get less roll and a little bit more accuracy.